Now, were these stairs here before you built the second floor?
No. When I first moved into the studio, the area that we were just in, that used to be our production area. This we built, and we knew that we're going to always build a second story. And so when I planned it, we built the staircase here. This used to stop right here. So it was a stairway that went to nowhere.
You bought the building here, beautiful downtown Torrance, California.
Absolutely.
It was one story.
Correct.
Knew when you bought the building that you needed a second
That we're going to
level.
expand, right.
And then when did you put this in?
2 years ago, in 2005.
And you just took the stairway that you had
And just
made
continued
it actually
on.
work.
Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
terrific. And what's upstairs?
Production area.
Looks like we've got a bank of color-calibrated CRT monitors. We've got decent production space here. Looks nice and busy. Tell me what these stations do.
All the stations, we do editing, we do Photoshop. Any of the retouching is all done on these computers here.
And from here, you're going to drive to your printer because you don't use a lab very often, right?
We don't use a lab at all.
At all. You print everything in-house.
Everything in-house.
Great. Can you show us the printers?
Absolutely.
The bulk of your work is not large prints, right? We're 11 by 14 and smaller, maybe?
Correct.
8 by 10s your most popular?
8 by 10s, 4 by 5, 5 by 6s, absolutely.
So something tells me these two guys are your money makers.
These guys is the closest thing to printing money, is right here.
What are they?
There are two Epson 4800s. Our studio will do $850,000 for the businesses here, and these two printers do all the work.
You are using only Epson high-end Ultrachrome inks. Congratulations,
Yep.
Thank you. And how are you printing to these printers? Are you using Photoshop and the Epson driver, or are you using a RIP software?
We're using the Epson drivers.
So you've got your printers profiled to your paper, and you print from Photoshop, I'm assuming?
We actually print, we do the color balance on Photoshop, and then we send it to the printer on the Epson Gemini, actually the Gemini
Oh,
program.
terrific, the Gemini software. Well, that's
Absolutely.
great. On a network your size, it works perfect.
Yep.
Wonderful. What paper are you using mostly?
The Epson Luster paper.
So this is Epson brand luster paper, beautiful finish. However, I have seen some of your work, and it looks like it's sprayed or laminated. What are you doing there?
What we're doing is we're using a liquid laminator, and we laminate all our prints right through from the Epson printer. We put it right into the laminator.
So we got a printer, spits out a beautiful print. Do you mind if I pick up one of your
No,
prints?
go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful print. Of course, inkjet prints have to dry. They have to off-gas. So how long do you let them set before you laminate them?
We all let them offset for 1 day, so overnight.
So you're in a part of the country where you don't have to deal with, rainy weather. Rainy weather does affect off-gassing issues. We recommend to photographers, 2 days is probably safe, but I live in Chicago, so our springtime rains actually take sometimes 3 or 4 days for them to dry. But you've got pretty even humidity and climate here, so a day to dry.
Move here.
I would love to live here. Believe me. So you're just going to physically take these prints, move them through the laminator. They're going to fill up that beautiful finish. Off they go.
Correct.
How long does it take for them to dry once they go through your laminator?
It's almost instantaneous. There's very little drying time at all with the laminator.
And then you trim them after they go through the laminator.
Correct.
Yep. And then they're ready to be sold.
Correct.
Now, I did notice that you sell a lot of canvas. So do you send those to a lab?
No.
No, you print those?
Yes.
Show us where you print those.
We print those on our 9800. We print not only this canvas, but also directly onto the dry mount board. So we'll put the dry mount board directly into the 9800, prints directly on there, so we don't have to worry about spraying or gluing the prints onto a board. Beautiful job. And then all we have to do is grab that board, put it in our cutter, cut it up, put it in the frame, we're done.
So I noticed your baby panels actually look like they're printed onto board. So
correct. The baby panel, even the frame, is actually a Photoshop action.
Wow.
So it's not even an actual mat. So our mat is actually a Photoshop design.
You are extremely automated here, and I hear some screaming going on in the other room, and it's not a baby getting ready for a photograph. Behind that door, is there some sort of dragon that I need to know about?
Behind this door is our server.
And no, the squeaky door was not added as a sound effect. The server inside there, that's a gigabit server. Looks like huge storage capacity. Do you keep all your photo shoot files on those servers?
Absolutely.
Okay. So everything you do from, when did you install those?
2003.
Okay.
And then we updated from there. We had some updates.
And you have all the babies, families, weddings, images on there. So if somebody calls from an image 2 years ago,
absolutely,
you can come find it.
We can come find it.
Terrific.
Yep.
And I saw a stretcher frame area. Do you mean you actually take the canvas out of this printer, let it dry, stretch it over your own canvas, and staple, 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 and off it goes?
We do.
Show me that station.
Stretcher frame area. I had one of my employees who's been with me about 18 years. I didn't want to learn how to do it, so I sent him to frame school, and he learned how to do the stretcher framing, and we actually do all our stretcher framing in-house.
Smart. You know, inkjet onto canvas looks very nice, but it's got to be sprayed in order to pull that contrast back out of it.
Absolutely.
How do you deal with spray, particularly in California where you've got all kinds of air pollution control?
Well, we have our own spray booth right behind this door. It's a small spray booth, but we don't do a whole lot of spraying, but we have it all set, ready to go.
Wow, that's terrific.